Welcome. This video is going to explain the droplet calibration workflow in time-of-flight single particle investigator for TOF SPI. We're going to start by installing the software. Unzip the TOF SPI installer folder. Open the folder and double-click the setup application. Follow the instructions in the installation application to install the software. Once the installation is complete, the software can be found on your desktop in a folder called TOF SPI.
Open step 1 of TOF SPI entitled TOF SPI Background LCs. Open the test data folder and select unprocessed best night pristine file into file path of SPI/MS data in the TOF SPI window. Select the Use All Files in Folder button. This will process all files in the folder when the program runs. In the blue box, load the text file named isotope list and click the Load Isotope List from Text button. To load the first file into memory of the program, click the white arrow at the top left of the window. Alternatively, you can use the Ctrl+R shortcut. When the run arrow turns black to white, then the program is finished running. There should now be data populating the graph in the green defined SP region of the main panel. Since we are analyzing online microdroplet calibration data here, select the Set SP Regions by cursor from the drop-down. Select the crosshair tool. Drag the yellow and orange vertical cursors to set the beginning and the end of single particle region. If needed, use the zoom tool to drag to zoom in. Our test data was collected using an instrument workflow, so the JSON file is written into the SDF5 file, so we will select the Use S5 file button. If you did not use a workflow, you will load the JSON file here. Select the Use MZ Dependent Critical Value Expressions button. For our SIS data, the minimum events should be set to 0.02 and the max events to 0.075. Default values are 0.005 min and 0.075 max. The average SIS from filtered data plot should display only non-MG from your SIS calibration, and you can adjust the min and max event rates and rerun the program to adjust the MG used for SIS histograms for critical value determinations. Run the program again and make sure all parameters look correct. Now select the Background TOF Count Values tab. On the Background TOF Counts Value tab, select the All Parameters Set, Ready to Run Background Fitting button, and the Write Info to SDF5 button. Run the program again. Click white arrow to start the software or use the Ctrl+R shortcut. This program will now take a while to run because the critical value expression determinations are computationally taxing. When the arrow turns black to white, the program is done. Make sure that the S5 files have an updated timestamp. When using droplet calibration, you will need to use step 2A, TOF SPI Droplet calibration, to set calibration parameters. Open step 2A. On the first tab, go to the samples folder of the test data and drag the baseline pristine file into the file path of SPI TOF MS data. Select the Use All Files in the Folder button. Run the program to make sure data loads correctly. If it does not load correctly, then there was an error in the processing the data in the first step of TOF SPI. Go back to this step and try again. After verifying that data loaded correctly, navigate to the second tab entitled Droplet Standard Info. Cesium was used as the plasma uptake standard for this data. Enter the plasma uptake standard concentration of 5 ppb. If you choose a different uptake standard, enter the element in the box in the same format that it appears on your isotope list. Fill in 64.14 micrometer for the droplet diameter. Click the Read Droplet Concentration for Text File button. Use the File Browser button to load in the droplet concentration text file. Lastly, click the button Find Uptake Concentration from Drops Concentration file. Run the program to make sure data loads correctly. The element standards in drops and element concentration drops vectors should now be populated. Go to the third tab entitled Droplet Data. On this tab, check the uptake standard histograms. They should look normally distributed. If all parameters look correct, then click Write Calibration Info to H5 File button. Run the program one last time. Open step 3 of TOF SPI entitled TOF SPI Particle Quant. On the first tab, go to the test data folder and use basenet pristine file into the file path of SPI TOF MS data. Select the Use All Files in Folder button. We will use the default rates for the dynamic critical value expression. Click the Show Complete Time Trace button. Run the program. Make sure data loads correctly. The calibration approach box should say Online Microdrops, and all tables in the Data from Previous Processing Steps box should now be populated. If the data does not load correctly, then there was an error in the processing the data in the second step of TOF SPI. Go back to this step and try again. Go to the second tab entitled SE Correction Element Mass Calibration. From the drop-down box, you can select the type of split event correction. For this, we will select multi-event correction. Run the program. On this tab, you can have a look at the signal and mass histograms for elements in your sample. Only the last data file you loaded into the program will be visible. If you want to look at the data from the specific data file, then load that file in tab 1 and deselect Use All Files in Folder button. Navigate to the tab 3 entitled Particle Signal Viewer or Particle Number Concentrations. Have a look at the data displayed in this tab. It can be especially useful to look at the particle time traces. Navigate to tab 4 entitled Report Settings. Select the reports you would like to export. Here we will select the Excel report, the TOF Pilot Format report, and the machine learning report buttons. Run the program by clicking the white arrow on the top left of the screen or by using Ctrl+R shortcut. When the program is finished, export data. Exported data will be written into the same folder where the sample S5 files originate. Thank you for choosing TOF SPI for your SP/SP-TOF needs. For more information on the capabilities of the software, please refer to the user manual.